Well, good morning, one and all. It is Sunday, March the 14th. It's my birthday. Go, Ian. It's your birthday. We're going to party like it's your birthday. We're going to go to Canada. It's your birthday. Yeah. Because it was my birthday, I got to choose the route this time. And we're going to the Oakville Subdivision in beautiful Ontario, Canada. Oh, yeah. Now, I will pre-warn you, this route, all the routes in this are big ones, so we're going to get an hour-long route done, but at the same time, I've put some feelers out onto Twitter, onto Facebook, and we got some questions. People are going to ask me questions for a Q&A for my birthday. You get to know a little bit more about me. We're going to do this scenario here, equipment move, going from yard to yard. And we'll see you on the other side, just me, no Simon, for a birthday Q&A in Canada. Alrighty then, alrighty. So, welcome to my... Well, first of all, I'll say thank you very much and happy for all the birthday wishes that I do get today. They are greatly appreciated, but we are here in rural Ontario to do a birthday Q&A. Now I put it out there on a few Facebook groups, on my Twitter, and I've got a nice selection of questions for all of you to listen to me answer to on this fine day, and we've got an hour to get through them all. So hopefully, and I do mean hopefully, as we head down to Hamilton Yard Loop with these two Canadian locomotives, you'll find them interesting. So let us get started with the first question. It comes from Old John's Gaming World, and what I will do, I'll leave a link to every channel that has left questions. I'll leave a link to them in the description below so you can go check them all out. And John asks, would my cat bite me if she was frightened? And the answer to that question is very simple, John. Yes. She bites me whenever, whatever. I mean, I could be fussing her on my bed at night and she'll just turn around and she'll just bite you for no reason. And that's even when she's lying on top of me. I'm trying to get to sleep. So, excuse me, can I get to sleep, please? And she's like, no, you must fuss me. Who else has a cat like that? I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that have cats like that lying around. But you know, such is the way of the world at the moment. Next question. Well, I say next question. It's actually 5 questions, and they come from Sycho Nation, my good friend, who is Canadian as well, by the way. That's why I chose the route today, Chris. His first question, what got you into liking trains so much? And I think that answer is applicable to anyone who's a rail enthusiast, really. It all started when I was a kid. Who remembers Thomas the Tank Engine when they were a kid? Yeah, I remember Thomas the Tank Engine. Always, who was your favourite Thomas the Tank Engine character? There you go. There's a question for all of you guys to answer. Mine personally was... who was it? Oh, that was it. It was Donald and Douglas, the Scottish twins. Hey, laddie. So yeah, Thomas the Tank Engine was a big liking on my thing. Which channel did you develop first, and what inspired it? And the first one, well, this was when we started back in 2010. Was well, it's now the transport hub, Ian Pool's transport hub, but it started out as Ian Pool Trains. And basically, my brother went. My brother, who's 2 years younger than me, you hear him on these railway videos. He said he was going to start a railway channel, so I thought to myself, all right, you know what? I'll start a railway channel myself, and I started it in June of 2010, and it's sort of not doing as well as it should be at the moment. I think if we taken a wrong turn here, I think we may have taken a wrong turn here. Yes, we've taken a very wrong turn here. Story of my life, really. So yeah, that's I was inspired by my brother to start one, and we just went from there, really. What do you feel is the biggest struggle running free channels? That is an easy question. Time management. I always feel with free channel, I try to say I have one day where I go out and on my own, have a day getting some photos of buses or trains, because I do the vlog for them at the same time, and then the rest of the week is sort of dedicated to the gamer channel. But I've got to keep 2 days free so I can do all of the stuff for the gamer channel. But then I've got to keep other days free to get the content ready for the Transport Hub and the Transport Travels page. So that for me is the biggest trouble, is just having time to get all the content out at the same time. His next question: if you could go back and change one thing about the start of your YouTube journey, what would it be? That's a tough one, because obviously you've got hindsight and whatnot, and hindsight is a beautiful thing nowadays. And I would say it would probably be get better equipment, because back then I had a little tiny bridge camera. I was recording it off my my dad's bridge camera, and I didn't have my own handheld camcorder until I think it was like 2013, something in that area. So that would be one thing I would definitely change. And his last question is, and if you were given any superpower, what would it be and why? Tough one, because there's loads of superpowers around, but I think I would want the power of being invisibility. Then that way I could sneak up to people, either give them the scare of their life, or perhaps eavesdrop and hear what people really think about me. You know, don't you wish you see you got a good friend and you think to yourself, what are they really saying about me? What is really being said about me? Don't anyone ever think that from time to time? I think that that would be a good superpower to have, if I'm being fair. Right, so what we do, we're coupling up to these wagons here at Hamilton Yard. We'll soon be heading northbound to Oakville. Back it up very nicely. We're being nice and slow here, so don't worry. While I do that, I will go to my next question from Echle Productions. Hopefully he likes my Spanish pronunciations there, does my friend Andreas. And he is another one who asks a multitude of questions. And the first question is, would you rather fight 1 horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses? So what we're saying is there, would I rather have my head bitten off by a duck, or would I rather have my legs kicked in by 100 horses? I don't know. I think I'd rather have my legs kicked in. Although, would I rather have my head bitten off? I don't know. I'll go with the get my legs kicked in. The 100 duck-sized horses. I don't know. That sounds fun. What got you into the YouTube space to begin with? As I mentioned, with Sycho Nation's questions. There we go. We're off, folks. We're off. We've got 5 locos in this consist. Wow, 5 locos. Fair enough. It was. Oh no, actually, this is sort of a different question. So we'll answer this. Basically, I started getting into the YouTube space through my brother. he had his channel, I would go out with him and be his note maker. And from there, I just got the bug to do my own channel. So that's really what got me into the YouTube space to begin with. What's your favourite part of the video creation process, he asks, and that is a simple one for me. This part right here. Putting my voice on, what's that, with switches complete, set the tracks for the journey north. Okay, we're going via Bayview Junction. Bayview Junction I do know of because I believe in Canada Bayview Junction is a freight hotspot. There, it's right there, and you get loads of Canadian National, and you get some passenger workings as well. So it's a place I'd love to go if we ever went up into rural Ontario, but we shall see. But back to Andreas's question. Being able to put my voice on a creation that I've created, that is something that I enjoy doing, because I think a lot of people say I've got a natural voice for commentating, so it's one of those that I really have a passion for. I really have a passion for doing. And if anyone from any sports networks are listening, I am available for a very reasonable fee. Where do you see your YouTube journey taking you in 2 years' time? Well, we're at, right now as I record this, and I record this a week behind you, so what's it today? It's the 6th today, so it'll be the 14th, so it'll be a week after. We're at 817, about, let's say 820 subscribers for a laugh. I see myself by the end of this year being at the magic mark, the 1,000 subscribers, and hopefully we can have pushed on for them from there, and we'll be at say closer to the probably 1,500 in 2 years. Is that being reasonable? I think that's a reasonable number to go for, because the channel goes at a steady rate. We started at 100 the first year, then it got to 500, then we got to 820, and now we're at, say we get to 1,000. So 1,500 I think is a reasonable number to aim for. And he finally asks, are you a fan of my hashtag? Hashtag yes, hashtag absolutely, hashtag everything else. Thank you, Andres, for those questions. By the way, if I do sound a bit out of it, this morning I had my vaccine for COVID. I had the Andreas Celica. Is that the one it's called? I believe that's what it's called. We're going up that way. That was the whole route there, the whole of the Oakville Subdivision. So the next question comes from Blackhealer, my good friend Kadir, and she asks, you're playing multiple Resident Evil games now. How are you finding the whole series so far, and do I have any particular favourites? To be honest, when I did Resident Evil Week a couple of weeks back for Valentine's Week, I thought it would just be, a nice little gimmick week, something that we could add to the channel. But as I played through each of the games, I really, really enjoyed playing them. And I enjoyed them so much that when the 8th of May comes, I'm pleased to announce that Resident Evil 8, or Resident Evil Village as we're going to be calling it, that will take over from F1 2020 as the main game on the channel. So we're going to be playing Resident Evil 8 in its entirety. I think it's the same as... Where are we going now? I think it's the same as a lot of channels. I know a few of my friends in other channels with Aldershot, that's where we're going. They're going to be playing the Resident Evil games. So, yeah. I'm particularly looking forward to playing the Resident Evil games. That's for sure. Do I have a particular favourite? At the moment, I would say probably it's a tie between Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3 for the 2 remasters. It will probably never ever be Resident Evil 4. That's I'm probably disappointed for Trent. But I think that maybe there is a future for playing all the Resident Evil games on my channel at some point. So the next question comes from Cloverfield Gaming, and Chris asks, what made you become a content creator, and how long have you been gaming / uploading for? Well, I've been gaming since I was a young boy. My first console was the NES, and it came with Super Mario and Duck Hunter. I think that's what it was called. So that's how long I've been gaming. So it's probably about 30 years now. What made me become a content creator? Basically, I was watching when I was going through my recovery for my ankle operation. I started watching a lot of David Land on YouTube, and he did a NASCAR Heat's Evolution career mode, I believe it was. And I just sat there while I was watching. I thought to myself, I could do that. I could do that. I mean, why not? It's a bit of fun. We can give it a go. So we've been uploading now. This is we're coming up to the end of the 3rd year, and to be at 800 odd subscribers, I think we've done rather well for ourselves. I'd like to think we've done rather well for ourselves. Anyway, next up, we give a quick sup everybody to ItsReallyTimmyB. And my friend Timmy, who does a lot of great Pokemon videos, he's doing a series with Jetnician at the moment. I believe you have multiple, mentioned before, you have multiple channels. What are they, and how do you balance between them? Well, I believe I've answered the question of how we balance between them. It's not easy, and anyone who has multiple channels will know it's not an easy task to balance between all of them. But they are called. There's obviously this one, the Rockstar Pool 69 channel. There is Ian Pool's Transport Hub, which you will find uploads of bus stations, railway stations, and any special movements that we go out for around the country, well, around the world as well. And there is Ian Pool's Transport Travels, which is the vlog channel which accompanies the Transport Hub. So when we go out for, say if we go out and do a day on the buses, you'll find a vlog that goes up, says we went to such and such a place. Go check them both out, guys. The Transport Hub's at 4,700 subscribers, and the vlog channels I think are around about the 1,200 mark. Can't remember it exactly. It's been a while since I uploaded to them. So next up is a question from AzraelDarkness64, and my friend Connor, who does a lot of great wrestling commentary. He does his own custom wrestling shows. Go check him out, guys. He puts a lot of effort into everything. Who is your favourite F1 driver of all time? Simple answer. I have been a Rubens Barrichello fan all my life. I will go on record as saying when he won his first race in Germany at the year 2000, he cried on the podium and I cried with him, because I was absolutely over the moon and ecstatic for him, because he had tried so hard. He got his big break with Ferrari, and okay, he was made to be Michael Schumacher's bitch. Who doesn't be made Michael Schumacher's bitch at that time? But it was a case of I cried with him, and I really, he just had that passion for racing that I think is unmatched. That a lot of drivers nowadays, you see the passion for it, but they don't have the passion, the drive sometimes. Whereas Rubens, he was fight until the end. Some drivers is like, oh, I'm down in such and such a place. I think I'll just drive around and give up, collect my paycheck. Nikita Mazepan. So, next question comes from DarkPixieGaming, and she asks 3 questions. The first question is, what is my favourite horror game? Now, we've only played 3 horror games on this... No, 4 horror games on this channel. Outlast, Outlast 2, Amnesia, The Dark Descent, and Until Dawn. And if I had to pick one, I'd pick Outlast straight away. I think Outlast a lot of people will pick, because it is the OG of horror games, along with Silent Hill 2, which I haven't had the pleasure of playing, but if you go to SubZeroMNX's channel, he's playing it at the moment with his son Tyler, and I think Tyler's getting a good appreciation for the horror game series, because Silent Hill, whoo, it's an absolute it's a cracking horror game. My favourite system to play on, well, I would say PlayStation, because I am a PlayStation person, but I did start out as a Nintendo person. So I had the NES, then the Super Nintendo, then the Nintendo 64, then for a little short time we had the Nintendo Wii, but that was around the time we had to start to get to PlayStation. And we've basically owned every PlayStation since. The PlayStation 1, the PlayStation 2, the PlayStation 3, the PlayStation 4, and if you saw my posts on my Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, which are also linked in the bottom of the description, we also own a PlayStation 5 now, and we will be starting recording in May for the PlayStation 5, because it's got a lot of absolute wicked features on it that I'm interested to try out. Now these questions, next questions, as we come trundling through Aldershot Station here, I've been looking forward to answering. Oh no, sorry, Colleen also asked, what's my top 5 recommended games? Sorry, Colleen. Top 5, go. Heavy Rain, Until Dawn, no, sorry, Heavy Rain, Buffy the Vampire Slayer Chaos Bleeds, Until Dawn, either F1 2020 or F1 2019, and one more. Detroit Become Human. Those would be the 5 I would say. If anyone's gonna play, get playing them, because they're brilliant in their own rights. So, next up is questions from my friend ArghGodzirra, and my Antipodean friend has multiple questions. So, first question, favourite type of music? I am, and forever, and will always, I will listen to anything, but I'm a Within Temptation fan, like crazy. I think one of my favourite songs is Stairway to the Skies. It is just such a crack. I could just sit back, relax, have that in my ears, and I could drift off into a world of my own. So that's but I don't really have a particular favourite genre, but particular band, definitely Within Temptation. Places you haven't travelled to but would love to travel to: America, Canada, Australia. I would say those are the big 3. You may find this hard with us being so close, but we haven't really stayed in France either. We've done Belgium, Holland and Germany, but we haven't, and I've also done Austria when I was a little kid. Excuse me. But I would say those are the big 3: Australia, America and Canada. Future plans for collaborations. I'm going to record now that the thing I want to do in this sort of year, the 4th year of my channel, I would love to collaborate with people, but I can exclusively reveal that if you tune in to the channel Brit Girls Go Stateside next week at 5 PM UK time, They will be doing a live stream with yours truly, and we'll be having a chat about YouTube and things in general. I think we'll be on for about an hour, 2 hours, something like that. But if you tune in the 21st of March, Brick Girls Go Stateside, you'll see me in the middle of a Zoom call with my two favourite Brick Girls. Hi, girls. What influenced your channel to begin with? I mentioned that earlier. It was basically I was watching David Land on YouTube, and I thought to myself, yeah, I want to have a go at this. So, yeah, we have a go, and I think we've done pretty well for ourselves. Least favourite part of YouTubing? I think it's got to be that there are so many trolls on YouTube that YouTube just can't control them. It's like they all go into business for themselves. That's what I think. It's like they all go into business for themselves, and they just don't care about you or your channel. I think that would be one of the things I despise about YouTube, if I'm being completely honest. Motivations that keep you working on your channel. Well, that's a simple one. You guys, with the amount of love you show when you keep coming back to my channel, you keep showing love, you keep showing the support, you keep smashing the absolute hell out of those like buttons, you keep watching until the very end. You guys are the main reason I do this. When I started off saying that this would just be a bit of fun for me, a bit of something chill while I was getting over my ankle operation, but it's quickly turned into, as you can all tell, a bit of the third channel, so to speak. And if we can get, and this will probably answer the next question he's got, which is, what is your end goal for the channel? I'd love to get this channel monetized, because then I've got 3 channels that I've got monetized, and if they all go the way that I think they will go, we can be earning a pretty penny off of YouTube in no problem. Okay, we won't be earning, say, I mean, when it was when the Transport Hub and the Transport Travels page were in there, I was earning £40 a month off of them. So we will look to get back to that. I think we're pulling into Aldershot Yard now. Don't know why we've got to wait here. Why have we got to wait at Aldershot Yard? Why have we got to wait? You're making an additional stop at Aldershot Yard, obviously, to replace one of the switches. Ah, so we got to drop off one of these trains. Okay, we can do that. That's no problem. Let's go and uncouple. So yeah, as I said, if I could get this channel monetized as well, so I can start having money rolling in on a regular basis, that would be an end goal for yours truly. Content you haven't done before that you would like to. I think that's got to be considered a tough question to ask, because I like to think we have one of the most diverse channels around, along with Rough Fusion Plays. I'll drop him in here. We play a lot of sports stuff, we play horror, we play RPGs, we play literally everything. And I think, if I'm being honest, if there were more days in a week, I could probably film them all. But we can't, unfortunately. That's a shortcoming of the calendar, that it only has 7 days in a week. Maybe there should be more days. What do we all think? I think there should be more days, personally. But if I had to pick a specific, I'd love to perhaps get an emulator of some kind to play games that I played in my youth. Like, I know Zero plays a lot of games in his Retro Rewind. I'd love to be able to do the same, but I think that's you can only do that on the PC. I think. Other people may know better, but I think you can only do that through PC. So I'd love to be able to bring some of the older games to the channel, so you can appreciate some of the games that I played when I was a young'un. I think that's what the youth of today miss out on, if I'm being honest. Top 5 films of all time, yes. Right. Twister with Helen Hunt. Liar Liar with Jim Carrey. In fact, any Jim Carrey film, go and watch it. Mrs. Doubtfire with Robin Williams. And the same goes for Robin Williams. Go watch any of his films because they are absolutely hilarious. What else? What else? Twister. Oh, Jewel. Go. We've got Jewel here. Jewel is a fantastic movie, and I would recommend Jewel to literally anybody. It has not a lot of speaking in it, but it's just so damn good. It's unbelievable. I might actually watch that later today. And if I could pick another one, I would pick any of the Die Hard films. I would personally pick any of the Die Hard films because Bruce Willis, why the fuck not? Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. Excuse me. If you could change one thing about your channel, what would it be? Well, we're in the process of doing that at the moment. I think a lot of people, when they come to this channel, they see me as just a racing channel. They see me as just coming in, they want the F1 stuff. I don't think there's an appreciation there for the stuff for like Detroit, like The Last of Us Remastered, like Death Stranding, Spider-Man, Train Sim World 2. I think the one thing, and like I said, we are changing this right now. We want to become a more diverse channel so that you can come here and you can expect a whole wide range of products from us. So you're not coming here and say, "Ah, it's F1 time." You say, "Oh, it's this game or it's this game." And I think that's why we're also changing F1 to Resident Evil, so you can all appreciate Resident Evil for what it is. And then his last question: I love you. I love you too, darling. Dear me. Hopefully that answers your questions there, Trent. The next one comes from Viriatus PC, and he asks, "What is your favourite train ride?" My favourite, if I had to pick one, I think my favourite train ride of all time would have to be when me and Simon did the Settle in Carlisle back in 2014, I think it was. I think it was 2014 or 2013. If anybody hasn't done the Settle in Carlisle, please go and do it, because while we're doing the points here, so we can get this switcher into the right place in the yard. There you go. It's going in the right place. That's fine. If anyone hasn't been on the Settle in Carlisle, please go and appreciate the Settle in Carlisle for what it is. It is 2 or 3 hours of the best ride you are ever going to have through the picturesque hills and valleys that is well, it starts off in Lancashire and ends up in Cumbria, over in my mum's hometown of Carlisle. So do go and take in that route, as we're speeding a little bit in this shunting area. I apologise for speeding, folks. I don't really. So hopefully that answers your question there, Armando. A close second would be the Cumbrian coast. Now, that doesn't be confused with the Cambrian coast. The Cambrian coast is a line between Mahuncliffe and Pwllheli, also Mahuncliffe and Aberystwyth, which goes along the central Welsh coast. The Cumbrian goes basically around the coast of Cumbria and Lancashire and takes you around to places like Maryport, Workington, Sellafield, Barrow-in-Furness. There is a great... I forget the name of the station that's after Barrow-in-Furness. It's something in Furness. And if you get a steam special going through there, it's a fantastic place to get a steam engine going along the coast. There's also a station a little further down the line where it comes across like an old wooden style bridge. A lot of enthusiasts go there. I think it's called Ulverston. I but I'm not. I can't remember 100% on that one, as we stopped that switcher perfectly in its place. That's what you call perfection, right there, folks. So that the Cumbrian coast line would be a very, very close second, and I do mean a very close second. But Settle and Carlisle will always win it for me. So the next question comes from Paul. Well, he's now Paul Gaming. He used to be called Paul Pery. We're heading back to Aldershot, are we? Yeah. Okay. And he asks, why is Sergio Perez the greatest F1 driver of all time? Now, for those that don't know, myself and Paul, we have a bit of banter at the moment, because I don't think he took too kindly to Perez ditching it at a Mexican Grand Prix in season 3, his hometown race, and I have a bit of banter with him because he keeps pushing the Singh brothers on his wrestling WR2D game that he does. So we have a bit of back and forth banter about that, and Sergio Perez, I think, is one of the best drivers on the grid at the moment. The guy has got his big chance now, right in with Red Bull. He's got his second big chance, because he had his first chance when he was at McLaren, and he kind of squandered that chance when he was teammates to Jenson Button. But now he's got his big chance. He's got a lot more experience behind his belt. He's got an absolutely capable teammate in Max Verstappen. If he can beat Max Verstappen over the course of a season, he'll validate Red Bull's decision to put him in that seat. I honestly think that is what he will do. I think he'll have a few races where he does well, but I think he'll also have a few races where Max does well. So it'll be interesting to see this year how that dichotomy between Perez and Verstappen works, especially considering there's a little bit of history there, just a little bit. So next question comes from Astronaut Bear Gaming, and my friend Logan asks, ever think of collaborating with other YouTubers? And as I mentioned with Zira, yes, we think about it all the time. We've always wanted to do a collaboration, we just never find the right person. I do know that somebody was thinking about doing a collaboration on Resident Evil 5, so I would be happy to do that collaboration if that person is still listening on right now, and if he was still looking for a partner. I can't promise I'd be any good at it, but I would give it a go and try not to rage as much as he would. Hi Trent. So yeah, if I could collaborate with someone, that would be, wicked. That would be awesome. So next question comes from The Crappy Gamer, and Jason, he asks the question: How did you come up with your channel names? Well, obviously, Ian Pool Trains, when it was Ian Pool Trains, now it's Ian Pool's Transport Hub. That speaks for itself, as does Ian Pool's Transport Travels. But the story behind the Rockstar Pool 69 channel, I've never ever properly told. So we got the first part, Rockstar. Now a lot of people will think, oh, it's because you were a fan of Rockstar Gaming. I'm really not a fan of the Rockstar games, and that is being honest. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the GTA games, I love LA Noire. That's about it. That really is about it. After that, there's nothing really for me to like about Rockstar games. But the Rockstar part came from the fact that not far away from where I live there was a professional wrestler who went by the name of Spud, and then he grew up a bit and became Rockstar Spud. So if you've watched TNA or Impact Wrestling, Rockstar Spud is now the guy who portrays Drake Maverick in NXT, and he lives not too far away from me. And we were watching him one time, and me and my brothers, we were joking, oh, we should call ourselves Rockstar Pool, because that would be a bit of a middle finger to all the people that ever slagged you off. And believe it or not, it actually stuck. So that's how the Rockstar, Pool is my surname, so that's how the Rockstar name came about. And 69 it's an old family joke. Martin, when he did his racing games, he always raced with car number 69. I started racing with car number 69, so the 69 stuck with the channel. Not only that, 69, it's just a great number to have, is it not? Is it not the best number in the world, 69? I think so, anyway. And he also asks, if you had a choice of getting an F1 sponsor on your channel for a year or 3 Forza games for the next 10 years, what would you pick? Well, because I'm not on an Xbox, I'm on the PlayStation, I'd have to go with the F1 sponsorship. Can you imagine if this channel was sponsored by an F1 product? Say something like BWT or Orlean, or who's that phone company that Robert Kubica is sponsored by? Oh, I can't remember it now. Rokit, that's it, Rokit. Could you imagine if I was sponsored by one of them? That would be wicked awesome. I think so, anyway. Excuse me. So as we now start our journey to Oakville via Burlington, next question comes from my good friend at the Coliseum, DrkRob21. You don't know the power. They don't know the power. And he asks 3 questions. The first question is, what was the game that got you into gaming? I would say, when it was a kid, Super Mario was one. Also Duck Hunter. That was what got me into gaming to start with. A lot of fun was had with the on Mario Party when I was growing up as well. So I would say those are some of the games. What's the worst game you've played in the last year and why was it so bad? Now, I've not played any bad games, I would say, in the last year, but I would say probably in the last couple of years, Assetto Corsa. My God, Assetto Corsa is terrible. And I do mean it is god-awfully terrible. Certainly for me anyway, because you just can't get a handle on some of them cars. Okay, yes, it's a real driving simulator, but that's why we have Gran Turismo. Assetto Corsa, I think, just took it way, way too far. Not only that, there's too many modifications in there. So I don't think I would probably ever touch Assetto Corsa. In my personal opinion, I know a lot of people like Assetto Corsa, but that would be me. And his last question, he asks, if I could have a sit down with one F1 driver, who would it be, and what would you ask them about? I think that's an easy one to answer for me. I would want to sit down one-on-one with the late great Ayrton Senna. A lot of people said I've got the mind, the brain capability to intellectually dialect with people, and they were all thinking, could you imagine? I think, could you imagine if someone like me got to sit down and exchange wit and exchange pleasantries with I think personally, and this is not a knock on Schumacher, not a knock on Hamilton or Fangio or anyone that's gone before or after Senna. I think Ayrton Senna is probably the greatest racing driver of all time. I would certainly say he's the greatest natural talented racing driver of all time. But I think personally, he is one of the greatest, if not the greatest driver of all time. That would be me, anyway. So yeah, Ayrton Senna would be the one for me. Now, next question comes from my friend SubZeroMNX, and my good friend Jason. He asks me one question and one question only, and that is, who is your favourite big YouTuber? I have I have 3 channels that are sort of my go-tos. The first one is WinVow8820. Now, those that don't know who he is a NASCAR YouTuber. He does a lot of iRacing as well, and he also does podcasts with his friend Travis, and he does basically absolutely the best NASCAR content. He does NASCAR content better than anyone on YouTube, in my opinion. He's just so funny, he's just so witty. If he ever hears this, I've always said to him, if I ever met the guy face to face, I would shake his hand, because his NASCAR Thunder 2004 video. So if you haven't seen that, go check it out, guys, because it is hilarious. It is hilarious, and it is also the best videos you will ever see, because it's a nice retro game as well. I would always say it, if ever saw him, I would shake his hand, because he offered so much entertainment for his time. So he's my racing one. We also have another channel we watch called Shiey, SHIEY, and he does a lot of illegal illegal things that you shouldn't do, but he puts them on YouTube for fun. We particularly love his, he went into Chernobyl, the Chernobyl exclusion zone twice. He's done a lot of freight hopping in his home country, also around Europe. And he's done a few of a little like mini series, like he went to Switzerland, he went to places where security is high. So they would be the 2. I'm also a fan of How Ridiculous, the Aussie boys. I love their channel for their content. They do a lot of what ifs. They drop stuff onto things, blow things up. Great fun. Where we're heading to, Appleby. So next up, Hussman Gaming. He asks, who inspired you to keep doing YouTube? And I'll answer that, you guys. You guys inspire me each and every day. As RDG leaves me a comment on my channel. You guys inspire me each and every time, but the more you come back and the more you keep it going. So that's that. And what are the future plans for all 3 channels going forward? We'll get back out on the Transport Hub soon. We'll get back out on the Transport Travel soon. We've got plans in motion to get content back rolling for them. As far as this channel's concerned, we've got Resident Evil 8 coming up. Hopefully we can become a more diverse channel, bring some of the old games back to you guys. F1 2021, when that comes out, we'll do that again. But if we can get this channel monetized, that would be awesome. So next up comes from Flowers, Yeast and Eats. I think that's how it's pronounced. I do apologise if it's not. And she asks, what is your favourite game to play for YouTube and why? F1 2020 will get that question hands down all day and every day. I can't see where that says we're going by it. Bronte, I think that says. The fact that I've been able to bring something different, because a lot of F1 YouTubers, they've gone with their own team, they've gone with their own driver, their own little story. Some have gone down the route because it was a Michael Schumacher edition. They've done Michael and Mick Schumacher in the same team. I've gone down a completely different tangent and done two girls in the same team. So, and to be fair, it's been absolutely fun to do. It's really reinvented the love I have for the F1 games, especially with how bad it was getting on F1 2019. That was getting shocking, to say the least. So, next up from Twitter, TicoSprinter. 3 questions. If I could drive any train in the UK, what would it be? Class 37. No, change your mind actually. Class 55, the Deltic. I love the Deltics. I'm a bit of a big boy myself. I love the big boy, big power, big shouty locos. When was your first ever train spot? 2010. And the first station I did, believe it or not, was Rugeley Town, my local train station. Back in the day when it was 150s and 170s. You got the odd 153, but nothing special ever happened. And the last question he asked is, what is my favourite train station to spot trains at? Tough question, because I've been to loads, but if I had to pick one, just out of the ether, I would probably pick somewhere like Doncaster. I think Doncaster would probably be one of the favourites. There's a lot of great train stations around the country. Some of them I haven't even been to as we fly through Bronte stations. Next Oakville? Yeah, Oakville next. So we're coming to the end of the journey here. As we get a sun glare. Wow, that is awesome. So I would say Doncaster, probably followed by Berwick upon Tweed, I would say, with the Royal Border Bridge at the bottom. SWRoberts on Twitter, he asks, who is going to be the next Prime Minister? You heard this here first. I am going to be the next Prime Minister because I'm pretty sure I can do a better job than fucking Boris Johnson's done. I know I can damn sure do a better job than Corbyn ever thought he could do. Who would you like to slap at this very moment? I think a lot of people would appreciate if I went and slapped the shit out of Logan Paul for what he did to smaller YouTubers. Because Logan Paul really bent smaller YouTubers over and fucked us up the arse, didn't he? And the last question he asks, would I rather spend a night with Meghan Markle or Catherine Middleton? So what you're saying is, would I rather spend a night with a fit Canadian or a posh British bird? And the answer to that is simple. I'd go for Catherine's sister, Pippa. Why not? She's got the fucking arse for it, mate. I don't mind answering that question. Pippa Middleton has a nice fucking arse, and everyone knows that. So, next... banter, folks! Next question comes from... Well, he was called Gaming Imperfectly. He's now called Storytelling Imperfectly. My good friend Patrick from Kentucky. What is the nicest train you've ever taken a trip or holiday on? I would have to say that would probably be the ICE sets that in Germany. They are so smooth and so comfortable. It is fantastic. I mean, we were on one from Frankfurt to Brussels at the end of our holiday, and it was like we weren't even on a train. We were just sitting there doing our thing. and we weren't even paying attention to the scenery. It was like 1 minute we were in Frankfurt, the next we're in Brussels, and we're like, well, where's all the time gone? it really was. I think the Eurostar would probably come next, and then maybe I would say the Inter 7 Cities HSTs that ScotRail have got, because we did one from Glasgow to Inverness. Cracking journey, absolutely fantastic journey. I think we're pulling into Oakville now, aren't we? Yes, we're pulling into Oakville now, so we're coming towards the end of the video. Can you believe this? I actually thought all these questions would go only 30 minutes, but somehow I've managed to extend them out to an hour. And if anyone's got any other questions as well, leave them in the comments, because I'll answer those questions for you as well. He also asked, how long were you on the train and where did you go? So I think we just answered that. We were on the train from Frankfurt to Brussels for about 3 hours. It's about a 3.5 hour journey from central Germany to the Belgian capital, and you go through Cologne, Aachen, Liège, and then onwards to Brussels. The Eurostar, that took us about 2 hours, and the Glasgow train took us, how long did the Glasgow train take us? I think it took 3 or 4 hours, Glasgow to Inverness. That's what I think I took. It may have taken a lot longer. It's not the longest train ride we've been on. The longest has been the Caledonian Sleeper. We did Crewe to Fort William, and that took us 9 hours. Yeah, I want to say 9 hours. I think that's what it's not. It's going to be close, because like Simon, he's done King's Cross to Inverness on a HST, and that took him about 8 hours. So, which I know he enjoyed immensely. Get him to. I'll get him to leave the video for that somewhere, if I can find it. Anyway, I need to get on with it, because we've only got 6 minutes left. I say only got 6 minutes. It's almost as if we never left. So, next up, who do we have next? The NyarTheGamer is next up, and he asks, would you consider playing something like Decon Racing or F-Zero X? We did play a lot of F-Zero when we were younger, and we certainly went into F-Zero 64. So definitely, I would say we would look at possibly doing another stint on something like that. That is what I would love to do anyway. What was the first game you ever finished? Well, the first game we ever finished was Super Mario 3 for the Nintendo Entertainment, the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, I should say. Or was it the Super Nintendo? No, it was the Super Nintendo. It was the Nintendo Entertainment System, wasn't it? The joy and the relief of beating Bowser after months of trying, months of frustration, that was the best feeling that you will ever get. Swear down, hand to God. And the last set of questions comes from AlecHQGaming, and he asked, what got you into gaming, and what's the most favourite video game of all time? We've covered that one. I was watching David Land on YouTube. That got me into YouTube and got me into doing this as a full-time thing. So yeah, that's one thing. Favourite game to play of all time, I will always stand by the fact that Heavy Rain will always be my go-to game, no matter what. I loved Heavy Rain from the word go, and I think it just brought a different perspective to the other games of the genre. That's my personal opinion. And the final question, what was the first game you played when you got into video games? The first game I ever played was Super Mario 3. It was also Duck Hunter. anyone else, shoot that Nintendo Entertainment System gun at the screen whenever that dog came up and when it laughed in your face. I think there was a lot of people that did that, and yeah, I tell you now, it is not the most pleasant thing in the world, but that is essentially what the first game ever played was. So honestly guys, thank you a lot for those questions. They do mean an absolute lot. I've left all of your channels in the description. I've left all of them there so you can go and check them all out. The only ones I haven't left in there are the Twitter ones, but I will go and get the Twitter profiles and put them in there as well. So please go and check them all out, guys. They are well worth watching, everyone. They are well worth your time. They're well worth your effort. So it's just been fantastic answering these questions. And as we do, we are pulling up right now to Oakville Yard. Yippee, yippee, yippee. Done. Oh, fantastic. Seriously, that was a hell of a run. Now, what's going on here? I don't know if you can't see this on the screen, but for some reason I've got a red line here. And I don't know if this part of the commentary is picking it up or not. It could be, it could not be. But there's the Canadian locos that we had. 4707 leading the way there. Let's get them on the other side here so you can appreciate. Look at that. Look at that. That is what you call proper American horsepower right there. I don't think you can get any better than that, if we're being completely honest. But now we got to run all the way down to the other end of the yard to get out of here. That's where we're going. There seems to be a noise around somewhere. I wonder if there's another loco around somewhere. So what did we bring up? We brought up some tankers. We brought up some, looks like coal hoppers. And we brought up some car containers as well. That's these things that you see on my right. So once again, to all the guys that sent in the questions, thank you, thank you, thank you. I've really enjoyed this this hour-long episode. I hope you guys enjoy it as well. If you did, let's get this video up to 25 likes. Let's hope we can get up to 1,000 subscribers in no time. I'm really hoping we do so. Your continued support will go a long way to help that. And like I said, keep subscribing for more F1 2020 My Team Career Mode, Death Stranding, The Last of Us Remastered, Marvel Spider-Man, Train Sim World 2 on Sundays. Stay safe, be kind to each other. Please be quiet if you can't be kind to others. You have no place on social media if you can't be quiet. Thank you, thank you, thank you all so much again. We'll see you tomorrow for F1, folks. I'm off to go and take a well-earned break. I will see you all next time.